Right, we've got some breaking news to bring you now, and that is that the PGMOL have acknowledged that VAR made a mistake yesterday against Chelsea. Carve, I think this may be unsurprising, but what can you tell us?
Well, look, straight after the game yesterday, PGMOL chief Howard Webb contacted our private, but you would have to assume that he apologised on behalf of PGMOL.
The big breaking news coming out of this is that now I've made a formal request to PGMOL for the audio conversations between the officials from Saturday's defeat. I wasn't told about the error from the VAR until half-time. So the crux of it was that now, due to IFAB rules, they're not allowed to intervene after that. But as you see him there, walking off that pitch right there, he knows nothing about the fact that they have made a mistake. And that is when he was told by VAR that the mistake had been made. And I've now requested the audio between all the officials that obviously we've witnessed before, haven't we, with Howard Webb and Michael Owen when they did that programme, in order to tell us a little bit more about what goes on at Stockley Parks. So this story not set to go away anytime soon.
There's a statement from PGMOL as well, which I'll bring to you shortly. But I just want to get an initial reaction from our panel. What did you make of that?
Wow. Concerning, and I think something has to be done with common sense, and we could talk about IFAB and the rules, and you listen, that finds out that it's been the wrong decision. They've made a complete error. There's no defending them. But no one went into that hub wanting to make that mistake. I just think something has to change where, I think it was 27 seconds before they're saying, pause the game. We realise then that there's been a huge mistake. They make a huge mistake, and they realise that. There's no indication this has been the wrong decision. As soon as it's kicked off, the letter of the law, it has to play on. Like Howard Webb, he's under an awful lot of scrutiny at this moment in time. What's VAR coming for? To get the right decision, and that was clearly wrong.
Through the Premier League, the PGMOL has officially addressed the officiating storm following Manchester United's 3-2 victory over Arsenal. The match, which saw the Gunners' title charge suffer a significant setback at the Emirates, was defined by two polarising moments: a rejected penalty claim against Harry Maguire and a controversial Patrick Dorgu goal. Chief Refereeing Officer Howard Webb reportedly spearheaded the decision to speak out, acknowledging that the standard of officiating in one of the season's biggest fixtures fell below expectations. This rare admission of fallibility comes as a direct response to the mounting pressure from fans and pundits who labelled the match a failure of the VAR system. The first major point of contention involved Harry Maguire, who appeared to block a goal-bound strike from Mikel Arteta with his arm while sliding. While the on-field official and VAR initially deemed it a supporting arm used to break a fall, the PGMOL's internal review has reportedly signalled a change in stance, suggesting the arm's position unnaturally increased the defender's silhouette. Regarding this incident, the officiating body has clarified that the threshold for a clear and obvious error was indeed met. By failing to advise an on-field review, the VAR team denied Arsenal a critical opportunity to equalise, a mistake that the PGMOL has now formally recognised as an incorrect application of the handball law. The second flashpoint centred on Patrick Dorgu's spectacular strike, which Arsenal players vehemently argued should have been ruled out for a handball in the build-up. Replay suggested the ball brushed the Danish winger's wrist before his clinical finish, yet the goal stood, further incensing the home crowd and the Arsenal coaching staff. The PGMOL has confirmed that a full investigation is underway into why the contact with Dorgu's hand was not deemed impactful enough to warrant a reversal. This investigation will specifically look into the communication between the referee and the VAR booth to determine if critical camera angles were overlooked during the heat of the moment. In a direct message to the North London club, the PGMOL...
Please like this video and subscribe.